so this is part two for it, and this is more of a relaxing. I barely put any visuals. Just listen, enjoy. This is just good information quick information about some of the ET races, and then information about personal life, and just understanding who you are in the heart, and especially those who are going to be doing a lot of connections with people. Just some of the details about that too. So yeah, you have a great day and night.
Hey there.
Hi.
I almost pressed delete just because it was red and it stood out and my heart's kind of flowing today.
Mm.
So I was attracted to the red. And I'm like, Lily, stop me. Lily has been with me and that other part of me is out there. What are you doing? I'm like, isn't it obvious? I don't know. I'm sorry that this is dragging on.
No, I'm good now.
Lily wants me to say the last of what she feels is important. All those other things that I sent you some, and I haven't sent all of them about the videos that are out. There was so much more detail in there. When I was Enoch, all the stuff I said, I mean, they take it and twist it the wrong way. Only so much of that is my words, but I did write stuff down a good bit. I wanted to remember what I experienced. Very seldom was I gone for about a day or less. It was always at least over a week to about a month and a half.
Wow.
I take off with ETs, and the Sumerians, I do a lot with them. The Sumerians were more human-like. Whereas the Anunnaki, everyone shows them as people. It's like, they're lizards. Hello?
Mm.
Reptilian humanoids. And then what were the other ones? Assyrians. I have no idea. I mentioned them yesterday. They were humanoid, but they had reptilian DNA in them too, more than the Sumerians did.
The Assyrians,
Yes, thank you.
they're the ones who, like Vlad the Impaler, they impaled people a lot earlier.
They had a lot of reptilian DNA in there. Poor Lee, he thinks he's still talking to Vlad. He can't see shit.
Mm.
Excuse the French. I'm sure he won't listen to me, and then the last part to break off of Lily, that's, from Big Lily, and she's bigger than the personal part that's been with me, but she got over there, she goes over there once in a while and warns them.
Mm.
It's not like he's going to be attacked and abused and lose his life. It's about, change is coming and you got this stuff backwards.
Mm.
Excuse the lingo, but it's like bass backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Backwards,
Mm-hmm.
just really bass ass backwards or something. I don't know. It makes no sense to Lily, and she's like, I don't know what to make of that, but they have the idea, so I'm like, okay, good. My left eye feels like it's closing. Anyway, let's get back where I can try to I got to say something about some of the other people involved with us that have been removed for the moment. But there's something with you and the train going east. I think you're going from England to Italy.
This is the one where I meet Ava.
Yeah. in more detail.
Good.
Big Lily is, Main Lily is fine-tuning it. And she's showing me it's not. There's two important books, and there's two other books that are equally important, but not as large as they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be very easy for everybody to read. And Aaron will be, they'll put your book out in.
Oh yeah.
There's like 165 different languages.
Yeah.
160 plus.
Mm.
And she sees that, and then when she's looking at the books, and she's right there, you're already looking at her face, and she looks up, and you're already looking at her, and you have a smile on her face, and she smiles, and inside mentally she's saying, "What? But it's all happy,
Yeah.
She wanted me to share that with you. She said there's nothing to do. It's all going to be made. To happen,
Does that mean I need to write these books before I meet Ava?
You're just going to already have them. Remember, you're doing your job, and you're all over the place doing things.
Yeah.
And when she sees you, and you're looking at her, she smiles because you two, get along. But besides that, and you have in other lives, you'll research that later. It'll just come into being. But and then she's looking at you, and she doesn't. She says she finds you familiar. She doesn't understand why. Part of it is last lives. You've met 3 times in the last 5 lives.
Wow,
now remember, she's awake too, and she's also very intelligent. So you look familiar to her. She doesn't quite understand it, and then she's heard you talk.
Mm.
And then she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I think that's the guy, yeah, but there's something more than that." And she doesn't understand. Y'all will later. It's nice, though. That train is one of those real nice ones that goes by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it is or isn't the Orient Express, but I mean, it's like that. It's,
top dollar.
5-star.
Mm.
And
Okay.
why travel any other way?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Uh,
So she won't be on Aaron's ship for the initial briefing then. That'll be later as she goes to the ship, I guess.
You see her on there, it just doesn't connect.
Yeah. Well, I won't know how. There'll be too many people.
But remember, there's the total amount of people, Earthlings, that are going to be on that ship.
Almost
The regular
10,000.
people is like 4,500 or
Okay. Yeah.
5,000. Actually,
Yeah.
there's about 8,000.
Yeah.
But some of them are just business people, and they're in an entirely different room.
Oh right. Okay. Ah. Yeah.
So, Lily just said, just go with what you already have, meaning what I've already told you as far as I put out a video about that. She said it's correct. So it's too hard for me to try and repeat all that, but I know
Yeah.
there's 8,000, but some of them are business people because we're less than 6 years' time we're changing the Earth.
Yeah.
Like 20 centuries advance,
Mm.
if not actually more, but for everybody that's there. She's saying, okay, get back to what I'm doing.
Thank you.
It's like, honey, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you're welcome. I wish I could do more, you know that. All I want to do is help, take care of, protect.
Mm.
That's all I want to do. Lily's the same way. She's so incredible. Okay, let's finish off this list that I told Lily I need to have a little bit of a list. She kept showing me stuff, and I said, I have no memory, you know that. let me make the list of basics and then work off of that. And she's like, okay. And she keeps looking at me like I'm worse than she thought. And she doesn't understand that. Well, so many people on the other side thought that they know who I really am. Well, listen, a teeny piece of the strongest part of me inside this body, and the body's dead. My brain's shut.
Mm.
My heart yesterday, wow, real hard. And the brain, oh yeah, lungs, totally suffocated. It's just the way they do things on the other side. It's our natural way of doing things, but when we're in a body, we have to go along with, deal with, coincide with. That's the word she's given me. The way they talk to us is energy. I think I lost total concept of what I was saying. What I was trying to say is when we're in a body, and we talk with the other side, we have to make, the leap between our normal talk as spirit and that what's in the body. And honestly, it should be the other way around. The other side should be talking to us.
Yeah.
The way we have to exist, but they don't get it. And it's never been done like that because everything was about abuse.
Mm.
The more difficulty you have talking to the other side, the better it is for everybody because everyone's getting their butt kicked so hard. Everyone's being abused so hard. That makes them bigger and stronger. So disgusting. Anyway, you'll take care of that. I will too, but you'll address that type of time. Some of the others. Lily's took a step back. It's like, what? She's redirected her thought process to try to change for that, but it's little Lily, my personal part of Lily that's been with me in this life that is able to do that more than others, but it's still not normal for them. So what I tried to do here when I was here this life, my last life as Gandhi, I was trying to help people understand that if they take the religious books and not burn them, just set them down on the table,
Mm-hmm.
Nice and clean and everything, just set them down for a minute, stand with other people, shoulder to shoulder. They're going to find out that they're heart to heart, and they're going to understand that they all have feelings. They're going to find out that they're all one. All part of the one, that they're all family.
Mm-hmm.
And then this life, it's been about, it was time to get heavy duty.
Oh, yeah.
It was time to kill the original first big male and female hands and all the other, almost all of the other large, clean source beings. And write the books so people would have the base information. Crank up as many people as I could. Sorry, Big Lily, Main Lily is recalculating the thought process and have a talk with me, but it's at the moment it's hindering. How do you do that later when we're done with this? She said, okay, good. One last thing about the dragons and the unicorns. Dragons are made like a huge boulder, and unicorns are made like a cheetah, in the past, basically, But the unicorns, as soon as I come out, the parts of me that are a unicorn are going to go crazy, taking out all these missiles that are made for Israel. They can't, the smaller ones, they can't reach the U.S.
Yeah.
That's fine-tuning what I was trying to say yesterday, but didn't do too well at all. Sorry. I swear, I'm so tired of dying at such a slow, methodical pace. I was going to say place. And there's so many more missiles. You need to be a unicorn to get to them.
Time is of the essence because it's a short distance.
Yeah, they're going from one to the other, and people see it. Sometimes you see energy come out of the horn. Sometimes you just see the whole horse or the whole unicorn actually fire up. It'll be on a satellite. It's not a TV show, but it is proof that people need. Well, it's physical proof in the physical body, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Martin Curra when we did the QEEG. That lady couldn't believe the results, what was happening, because it's never happened anywhere, not on any planet, never in creation. That's never happened. But she rechecked all her instruments and everything's fine. She's like, what the? And Martin said he was laughing. Not at her, just
yeah.
with her. Martin's a great guy. Anyway, so that writing the book so people have a basic map to try to go with, but it's so hard for me to talk to people, and the field, is always since early June of 2013, after I finished killing the original first being male and female halves, I had to take over the field because the original first being male was the field. And my physical brain had to try to adjust to not seeing everything it's doing. The human brain can't handle that. It's like trying to run a huge stereo system with a small wire and a little fuse in it.
Mm.
An 8-amp fuse instead of a 64 amp or 60 amp or whatever. I'm making up numbers trying to get to relative ratios, but and to see it in your brain, to see it, so much of it, as much as the brain can handle, to see it just, you can't function. It's like a collage in your mind of all these different things that are happening, and everything's important to everyone, to someone, but you can't handle it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No human brain, even a hybrid like mine, it can't handle that. Okay. So anyway, that's what I tried to do, is prepare everyone for what was about to happen. But also, I was trying to get them to understand who they really are. And how awesome they are, how wonderful they are. And, don't believe the crud people tell them, because it's not true.
Mm.
Those people that want to control them and hold them down. I want them to see themselves for who they are and appreciate who they are, just the way I know them and appreciate them, which is reality. And I also wanted to prepare them because I knew I was going to be rather destructive at the end of this life. I mean, once I get out. Mm. And it's just destroying what needs to be destroyed. Gaia's going to stretch, open up, and grow a little bit. That's one reason the Pacific tectonic plate, which is solid north and south, that's why it's being split up. I'm going to crack it, and that just gives her a little more room to grow. And then also get you all cranked up and going so that you can help everyone. And you're going to be handling more people than anyone else. And like Burju, she's going to be doing stuff here, but she and the kids, she's taking off and going out in space too to help people. You're going to do that from time to time too. Go into a solar system and all the planets in there, it's like they have tickets. They just, show up at this one planet and then they enjoy the event. Excuse me. I never wanted to mention anything about what I am.
No.
Because, people think I want something out of it, want money, want this and that. All the money I made, I gave away.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I wouldn't have, but of course I was never supposed to be here that long. Anyway, so why would people believe me? I sound like a nutcase, and for all the understanding, for all the information they have available to try to understand what's really going on, I don't fit in because they don't have enough info. You and all the others are going to help them understand a little bit. They'll be understanding more about the field. I'll be waking everyone up as soon as I'm out of body and start the major destruction that needs to be done. So they'll find out for themselves, just like the QEEG. I've been saying for a couple of years already, I can go into people's brains and increase it, and then with the QEEG proof out, it's like, damn, it's real. I'm not a liar. I don't understand everything as much as I could, and when people make a mistake, all it is a, what's the word I had for it? It's being incorrect about something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a progress point.
Yeah.
A point in your personal progress to become a fuller, more complete, balanced self. And the last thing I need to get out there is there's not many people that feel like this anymore. There used to be more, but some people say, I wish I had this power, that power, and I've always told them, I said, be something better than me. Be yourself. Become aware of yourself, who you are, and all your abilities. We already have a me. We don't have a you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just a janitor. I keep the school. My job is to keep the school clean, and also, somebody tries to bull somebody, just slap them out of existence. But that's all I am. The old man in overalls. I don't know who it was that put the thought in my head, if it was part of me floating around outside or my personal part of Lily, but I got J-Man. And I said J-Man because I was thinking like janitor.
Mm-hmm.
He talks that a good janitor would have a good time talking to people, saying hi and stuff when they're in school, people getting along. But his job is mopping up, fixing loose doorknobs, keeping everything fine.
There's also the J-cloth, which is used to wipe up spills, that kind of thing. Don't know if you have that in America, the J-cloth, a J-cloth.
And that's cool because that's what I want to do. I want to build new stuff and take care of everybody and tighten the loose doorknobs on the doors.
Yeah.
I'm no better than nothing else. I never could understand this. I know I've, bored you with this before, but I never, and I know you feel the same way. I just couldn't understand the concept of better than.
It comes from insecurity somehow.
Yeah, and excuse me, and the need for reptilian dominance energy to come out, but it's about for people to see it, but also to know it for yourself, and it's insecurity. All that's leaving. I want people to understand more about who they really are. I want everyone to appreciate themselves and others around them. And I want them to know that there's something that's so powerful, so much beyond any known power, that their older brother, that will never, ever let anything like that happen again. I've talked a little bit with you about some stuff that I'm already aware of and being shown what I can do, and it's just some things I've done, destroying spirit, and then bringing it back again. I mentioned it last video, or one of the recent videos, but I first did that, and I said, no, it's not real. That's impossible. And then I kept getting reminded, you have no idea what you are. And honestly, with your mutations from this life, all the stuff I've had to fight and destroy, that they don't know what I can do and can't do. They feel my heart. They know I'm still me, but they don't instill me, but they don't understand how big my muscles are, so to speak, because so much of that energy hasn't even found a form yet.
Mm.
And it'll be used to serve and protect. I want to serve again. I'll always protect. That's my faults
Default.
programming.
Your default.
Default, thank you. But I want to do things to help, but aren't destructive. I got a strong heart. Those of you that know me know that. But I've been so, up until now, I've been so concentrated, focused on big original main Lily just said focus. That's a better word, and I said yes, honey, it is. Thank you. I've been so focused on destroying. What day is today?
Monday, the 12th of May.
This morning I just heard thunder rumbling. Anyway, on Friday they bring in their. On Friday they pick up on Friday they pick up the garbage. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people roll in their big garbage, what do we call them? English?
Trash cans. Well, not trash cans. It's, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I forgot the word.
Well, we call them wheelie bins because they're on wheels, but...
wheelie bins.
Yeah.
It was a different...
There's a dumpster as well. England. There's a dumpster?
No, it's something... I don't know what it is, and Lily's looking at me like, would you finish? And I'm like, okay. We're so much different when we're not stuck in these bodies.
Mm.
These bodies were made to beat us up, to make us grow bigger so that we could be, what do you call it? Just so we could grow bigger for the purposes of the original first being male and female. But anyway, wow, really dizzy. She's main Lily is making changes in my brain due to the thought process she now understands a little better. I cannot elaborate because she's in there in my head making changes. Remember, Lily, as incredible as she is, she's been kept sleeping. And so I've been hiding her, protecting her.
Mm.
I create a dimension and put her in it and put her to sleep and give her my love, energy inside her protective shield. But it's like nothing can get through. And you can't even get inside the dimension anyway. And no one knows of it because I keep making new ones. Don't lean forward. Don't lean forward. Let's say this and try to let go. I was talking with Lily years and years and years ago. 2014. And Lily told me it's time to fix the dimensions. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't know exactly what she meant. But I was changing the barrier somehow. And now now, at this moment, there's 8 dimensions around the Earth. We're all in the 3rd dimension, the physical dimension.
Mm.
There's 8 more below us here around the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's each dimension is they have their own barriers and stuff, but it's the Fey, and then it gets darker Fey, and then it's really aggressive stuff. The dragons, they're like they were in 1st to 4th dimensions below us, dragon, unicorn, and a lot of other folks. Centaurs, minotaurs, and then 5th, 6th, and 7th was some really dark stuff. The 7th one was beings created, not meaning to, but very vicious. Freddy Krueger. The thought process that went into making it, that was actually created. It was in the 7th dimension. And then after I killed the original first being, male and female halves, that dimension that they were building for themselves, I just put it around here. It's the 8th dimension below us.
Which came which came first, Freddy Krueger the real being or the movie? Which came first?
Freddy Krueger the real being?
Well, you're saying Freddy Krueger is in the 7th subdimension. Which came?
Yeah, there's an energy body in there that represents Freddy Krueger.
So was the movie made before that came into existence?
What actually happened first, before the movie came out, it was already created. The original first being male and female were the ones that created it. And they did that to put stuff down there, the spirit down there, and abuse them.
Wow.
I didn't know that until just now.
More abuse.
Yeah, everything's been about abuse. They didn't understand. But when she said I was going to fix the barriers, I saw myself using my energy to start changing it, but it wasn't time yet, and I didn't know what was going on. But I got there was going to be more movement between the 1st and 4th levels below us. First, between the barrier between the 3rd and 4th, and then a second change between the 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
So I still separated some of the people that didn't need to be here, because their actual frequencies is what kept them going through the dimensions. The first dimension always was. The 2nd dimension is what the original first being male created for everyone to live in as spirit. And then the 3rd dimension was physical. He created that. And every other, other than the first was there. The original first being male created the 2nd and 3rd. But everything other than that, I created.
Yeah.
Personally, not J. Essex. J. Essex is the body I'm in. Or John Essex. Whatever. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Don't forget Tom. What? I gotta finish this. I'm drawing. I just today's gonna be different. I'm trying. Lily's improving the way for me to communicate her thoughts better. Doesn't matter, we're finishing. So anyway, talking about the dimensional barriers, I didn't realize everything about it first, and I've never, at that point, up to that point, I've never created a dimensional barrier. I didn't know if I could. And people think waking up, I was automatically awake. At 5, all of a sudden I was awake, I could do everything. For Pete's sake, you are who you are, and the more you use it, like using your muscles, you develop them. There's no magic. There's no super psychics.
No.
One of my kids called me that a long time ago. Super soldier, what's his name?
James Rink.
James Rink. He called me that, and I said, man, don't do that. I can't. That's like, spitting in my face. I tried to help him with his cubes that he made, and he wouldn't listen to me. So I was like, okay. And then he said that I stole his idea, and I'm like, what?
Nope.
Yeah. So anyway, so then I went to the, getting back to the dimension of, whoa. While we're talking, Lily's trying to, main Lily's trying to finish tuning, for her to talk with me a little better. And Yall, she says, I use this for them too. I'm like, okay, no problem here, honey. I may be the issue, but I'm not the problem. Okay, so anyway, I went to the Blue Barn, and they had tickets that they sold when you went in. And each ticket you'd give to a person, and then you'd have a real short reading with them, a short consultation. It's only like 20 minutes. And the people would only get like $3 a session or $5 a session or something like that, and the rest would go to the house, to the Blue Barn. So I go up there, I buy anywhere from 5 to 8, 10 tickets. And then I go sit down with people. I give them the ticket. Sit down, regular customer, give them a ticket. Then I put a bunch of rocks over there that she needed. I crank them up, crank up any other rocks she had, and I tell him or her what's happening in their lives. And then she said, and then they said, this one time, this one lady just said, stop. And she said, it's my turn. I get to tell you something, And I said, okay. So she said, I see you standing on a mountaintop, not at the very peak, but just below it on the side of the mountain. And you have your arms up, raised in the air, and you're doing something. I said, pulling in part of the dimensional barrier. She goes, yeah, you're pulling in the barrier, but not all of it. And I said, no, and I told her what I was doing, and she goes, wow. But that was for her to know and use the information, but it was also for me to have more faith in the fact that I'm going to do it and it's going to happen.
Yes.
I woke up one morning and I realized what I'd done, and I'm like, good. Gives everyone more room. But a lot of the problems that were created by the original one, people with excessive negativity and stuff, I can fix most of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I can fix it. I already got a dimension. I'm putting them to sleep and putting them in there. Creation's empty now. 88% of all the metaphysical spirit energy, the spirit energy that was there before I went in the body, 88% of that's gone. But I'm going to bring back a good bit of it. It's just the ones I bring back, they're not as strong as the other ones that were there. They're not coming back. Too much of a problem. Can't fix them. Okay. I guess I have to reset. Minnie Lily is saying you need to go to your lazy boy. She's going to finish off what she was doing in my head. So if something comes up or something's happened and that I need to know about so I can do something, like destroying whatever. Other than that, I'm just going to be getting worse every day until I'm finally gone.
And she's still seeing the 28th as the cutoff.
That's the way, and the analogy she just gave me is, when you have a shelf and you have books on it, you can have those, not bookmarks, but a book of
bookends.
Bookends, yes. said the 28th, before the 28th is the knowledge going through the books, and on the 28th the bookmarks are there. So that's essentially saying, be before then, but maybe close, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was leaving yesterday. My heart, my lungs, my brain. I've never been hit so hard as I was hit yesterday. And I've been hit like hell. Okay. Just a couple comments. The Houthis, today's, what, the 12th?
Yeah.
5/12/2025. The Houthis did what was expected of them. We're going to be truce, and it's all over. Let's be best friends. And then they pull out 4 or 5 knives to stab you in the back. And everyone thinks Trump has abandoned, that Donald's abandoned Israel. They haven't at all. He's they call him the master negotiator. So what is it?
The art of the deal kind of thing?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for, the art of the deal. He's an incredibly good negotiator, and what he's doing right now, by him telling Israel, try not to start World War III with Islam, with Iran. Always got to kick out of that saying of, I'm an American, it's America, not Iran. American ends and I can, and Iran ends and I ran away. Or it says I ran away. Wow. Sorry, my already mostly dead brain is just twisted right now. So anyway, he's allowing something to happen.
Yeah.
That the U.S. won't be blamed for. Because he knows Iran, they're going after Israel. And he doesn't think they'll ever get any atomics. He knows that Iran has atomic bombs already. He already knows. But he wants them to make the play. It's just like what Maine Lily's doing with Iran sending out the old Scud-like missiles that have been something about the rockets. The delivery system has been improved. That's what they were doing in the body yesterday. And then where the nuclear device attaches to the rocket body, there's all kinds of energy going around in circuits in there to make it faster, better, and adapt to the newer nuclear stuff. China's helping them with the nuclear stuff, by the way. They want someone else to be seen blowing out America, which, never happened. So anyway, Trump's waiting. It's like, let them go ahead now. Let them think we're not supporting them. And they'll actually hear Israel say, what the hell? You just left us alone. You turned around and left the fight. And then Israel, they're tired of it. So anyway, they'll throw Thomas or something at Israel.
At Iran? At Iran?
Iran is sending atomics at Israel.
Right, okay.
And they'll be stopped. Americans will stop it. We'll stop it, but at the same time, it'll be proof that they'll have proof that they sent atomic warheads. And what has Donald always said? That Iran cannot be allowed to have nuclear weapons, and then they will have them. So then we're going to go over there and just blow the crap out of Iran. Where they have their nuclear development stuff, where they're making of nuclear stuff, they're just going to go bomb it. But it won't. Wow, really just knocked the crap out of me. It won't get that far.
No need to.
Yeah, Exactly. There's no need to. That's my job. I've always told people that think of me like a janitor, just takes care of messes. We're all family. I'm your biggest brother. But the big stuff, you just wake up and learn more about yourself, who you really are, and the big stuff I will take care of. Well, once I do get out of the body and I take care of all that stuff, all the aggression, all the abuse, it's all gone.
Yes.
So everyone's literally going to get together like they're a big family spread around the world, which is what they're supposed to be.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a fun time. The people, a lot of the people that are homeless, they're going home. They need to heal. Some of them are really mean and nasty too, but they're all going to have housing, nice housing.
Mm.
And all the ETs that people are supposed to be afraid of, they're going to see them feeding them and everything else. Everything slides into breaking into it, but it'll happen. And it's not so important at all. It is, but it's not. For people to understand me, the life I had in this body, but what it was actually about.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to know how much I love them. I want them to appreciate who they are, and I want them to know they're going to see a fraction of the skin, of the callus of the skin, the cells that break off, whatever you call it. They're going to see just a teeny part of what I am and my strength. And I'll never let I had to wait over 2.8 quadrillion years for this to happen, where I could finally do this. And I'll never let it happen again. And there's nothing that can kick my ass. That's not breaking my arm, patting myself on the back. It's just the way things came to be.
It's reassuring.
Yeah, for them to know, go have fun.
Mm.
Go have fun, have picnics, go swimming. There's some kind of dancing they're doing that I got a big kick out of. I mentioned it in the other video. It's like, is it MR2 or
I don't
MS?
know. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're just kind of jumping up and down and taking their feet different ways. It's happy dancing. It reminds me of Snoopy from Peanuts,
Yeah.
But I see that, and I'm so happy because the people that are doing it, they're thinking about what they're doing to dance properly, but they have happiness.
Yes.
And I love that. That's what I want. I want everyone to be happy. I'm just Stone Mountain. I'm just there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all.
You mean more to us than a mountain.
Well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But it's, I want to watch everyone have good lives. I want them to grow into their natural selves, not where this abuse is taking them.
Mm-hmm.
And I can fix everything, and Deanna Lily can fix even more of it than I can. Deanna's so funny. She's like 93.1% Lily. Mm-hmm. And a little bit left is me, but yet she has 40% of her energy is me. Mm. It is so funny. She didn't think she could crank people up. The more heart people have, the harder it is for them to accept their abilities. And Deanna was working on someone real hard, and she was sitting right here in this chair, and I was right next to her on her left. And she was putting so much energy in there, I had to put a shield around my head to block it. And then eventually that wasn't enough. I had to put my physical hand up and make a super strong shield because it was hurting my ear. Mm. I don't mean I felt it. I mean it was hurting my ear. Mm. Y'all are so strong. Oh, one last thing. I said, like a lot of the old folks from the beginning, they're coming out. And then, as soon as I'm gone, they're all coming out. The people that cranked up, they're going to have everyone's going to have a wonderful time, but the people that cranked up, they have special stuff coming.
Yeah.
Siobhan
mm-hmm.
from Ireland,
mm-hmm.
she's one of the 4 parts of Lily that she released. She's going to be coming into view real quick.
Good.
She and Raj will do a little work every once in a while because Raj is a part of me that first came out, just like of heart, just like Siobhan is of Lily, heart energy.
Good.
You put those two in a room and let them talk to a few thousand people, and everyone's going to be like, "Whoa, my heart! I thought I was going to have a heart attack." You know, it's for people to know. People aren't going to understand how you tell them so much that fits.
Mm.
You help them understand, and you'll say the right thing at the right time. You're very intelligent, but you're going to have help too.
I'll need it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you're dealing with well over 1 billion people, yeah. So everyone's going to have fun, do well, and people, the masses, the ones that are left, they're going to start understanding their value to creation. They're going to start appreciating themselves. Because that's what this is about. Me finishing my major destroyer work, destroying all the abuse and abusers. And then, just as important, is people understanding and appreciating themselves. The thing is, I had to destroy all this other stuff before they could.
Yes. Thank you.
Before they could be left alone and, see for themselves. All right, big guy. Sorry it took so long.
No, that was good work.
I got to go back to my chair and
Okay.
I think I'll be a kumquat today. I don't know what they are. I've always heard about it. This funny, ugly thing. But have fun. And Minnie Lily, she's saying she understands why it's hard. She understands why it's so difficult. She's getting better at this. Why it's so difficult for you to release concern about meeting Ava.
Ava, yeah.
But try to let that go because it's just it can't not happen.
Okay.
Is what she's saying. That she's driving the truck. Just relax and enjoy the scenery.
Okay.
All right, big guy. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.